Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you. We're back with another match against my man Tim using his Law deck, and I have the Lucci list. So this was just kind of like a starting list that I had that I ended up enjoying, but we've made some changes since, and I'm excited to bring out the new list because I feel like it's a lot better. It plays better into certain matchups, and yeah, we do start off with going first here. My opponent took second, so I do just pass on the first turn. He's got a couple of nice little searchers in there though, so picks up the Nami, and I know that right off the bat, I remember this game being a little rough for my man Tim on the searches, so unfortunately whiffs on the first Nami, but plays a second one in hopes for some better stuff. Unfortunately does bottom deck a Bonnie as well as some of the crucial Law cards for this deck. And yeah, so this is not the most optimal start, and as you can see, he doesn't have any green cards. He doesn't have yeah, he basically just has like some chopper blockers and a curly that will hopefully pick him up something nice. But we do get the brand new. I'll take the Isho here, kind of a forced search, but we do trash a Spandam and a brand new. So we do have one CP9 card in trash, trying to get up to, you know, a few more just to have, you know, the ability to use Kaku, potentially get some Bluno power going, and he does search another Nami with the curly to Dawn. Yet again, kind of a forced search and a little bit unfortunate if you ask me, but another whiff with the Nami. This match has just not been going my man's way. It's been kind of brutal, but he's gonna play the chopper blocker and just pass it over. It's kind of rough in this spot if you're Law and you've already built a board, but you have nothing to be able to search with the board, like, or not, excuse me, not search, shambles with the board that he's created. And I do have some options. It looks like we have two impact waves, or I keep doing that because of the sim. I'm so used to saying impact wave. We do have two shock waves, and I will just go 5 here with life. You know, we could potentially just save that, but I am just going to play the Bluno. I don't mind going down in life a little bit and then potentially countering out with some of the CP9 cards that we have in hand. He wants to show his hand here because he was like, oh man, if this match is recorded, this is so bad. Like, I have absolutely nothing. And yeah, it looks like we've got two Kumadoris, you know, a Khalifa, the Isho, Kuzan. We're looking pretty decent. So 5k at life, I will choose to take, and we pick up a Fukuro here. I know that I might want to do a couple of, you know, shenanigans, you know, but it just depends on what his play is. He does use the shambles, but then chooses not to play a card. And then, yeah, he's just trying to decide whether he wants to replay cards or maybe get a little bit aggressive. He will just swing 5 with the Nami. I'll counter with Kumadori, and then 6 with Law, and I'll counter with Khalifa there, just to get some CP9 cards in the trash and set ourselves up for being able to take care of some of this board, but also simultaneously, you know, make some plays and get a little aggressive. But we do have a Spandam that we picked up. I don't believe that we have Kaku in hand, so it might be worth of just playing that and then searching out Kaku. But if I want to get a little aggressive, I could just slap 1 Dawn underneath Bluno and swing 7. But we will just go 5 first with the leader. I don't think it would have been that bad of a decision to take that life instead of blocking with the chopper, though. Just because he could have potentially picked up the green card that he needed, you know, just to be able to use shambles a little more appropriately the following turn. But I'm just going to play defensively. I'll get the Fukuro and then trash a 2k counter in Sakazuki. Yeah, we pick up Bluno off of Spandam, and I think we just pass it over with 2 active. Shockwave saved for potentially getting rid of Anami here. It's just going to depend on what order he takes to make some swings. And now 3 at the Bluno. I don't think Bluno's really worth defending here. We could use Shockwave to get rid of Anami. I don't think it's that bad considering we have 2 in hand. But I think we just choose to let it go. And then when he swings with leader at life, or if he decides to go, you know, at Bluno or something like that, then we can impact wave and get a little more defensive. But 7 here, we will impact wave one of the Namis. Yeah, just trying to make sure that we got the solid defense. 1 for Capone, 2 for Curly to Dawn. And okay, another whiff with Curly to Dawn. This game is just Law's worst nightmare. It's like everything you don't want to happen while playing Law happened in this match. Has not seen a Bonnie yet, has not seen any of his 5-drop Laws, been bottom decking a lot of them through searches. It's yeah, pretty much the worst case scenario for sure. But we do swing 2 with Spandam here. We end up getting the Magra off the field. And now I do pick up Kaku. I'm not sure. I believe that was just off top of the deck. Or no, we didn't search that with Spandam. That's right. So 7 at life. Potentially get a block, but he does choose to take. And we'll swing 6. We get a 2K counter. And now we'll just go ahead and throw down the Kaku. I was hoping to get a block out of one of those, but it just didn't work as well as I wanted it to. I think that getting rid of the Curly to Dawn's not a terrible idea, but potentially getting rid of the choppers here just to like further myself in the next coming turns and be able to go for KO, because realistically our board's kind of insane with 3 life up, and he just goes 5 at life, or no, excuse me, 5 at Spandam, and we do let it die. We still have 2 active though to potentially use Impact Wave. I think that maybe it would have been worth using, but he does just get the Zoro here, throws 4 underneath it, and goes 9 at Bluno. And now we're just going to bring Bluno up to 10, and I will just go ahead and get rid of, I would assume, one of the choppers, yeah. But knowing how my opponent has, you know, been playing this so far, I don't think he has much of anything to be swapping out for the Beji, so the Beji kind of seems useless to me. And I'll just go 7 at the Zoro. I am slow playing it because I know that I'm well ahead, and I don't have to be overly aggressive. I can just kind of whittle out what he's got going on and then play down some blockers. And yeah, it just feels like it's the right play here. With my opponent having 3 cards in hand and no life now, all I got is 2 blockers to get through, and we will just play Kuzan just in case next turn he does end up slapping down the 5-cost Law or something like that, and we'll just put Bluno for some extra oomph next turn. And now I'm just going to pass it over. You know, he's got to top deck the God Draw in order to get back into this match, and I just don't think that he has. He's got a Bonnie in hand, but with a Rush Zoro, a Rush Luffy, and a Restand Law, it's not looking pretty. Yeah, but Bonnie search here for the top 5 and hopefully find something nice. Unfortunately, just a blocker, and the blocker's really not going to do him much for the rest of this match. And he's thinking about it. He's like, yeah, I think this might end up just being it for me. And we're kind of laughing about it. He's like, man, I have never drawn that bad my entire life. So it's kind of unfortunate to see how it goes, but yeah, he does just throw down the cards, pick him up. He takes the L right there, and then we go into a game 2 though, and you know, hopefully the searches are a little bit more on his side this time. And I think I go second on this game if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, I am first again. So we do pick up Spandam though, trashing a Fukuro and a Shockwave. But picking up the Kaku is nice. That card is so helpful in this matchup. I absolutely love it. I'm able to KO pretty much everything that he can put down that's like relatively inconvenient for me. And then it's just dealing with 5-drop Law. And other than that, we have answers like having Sakazuki, potentially having Kaku if we have some card on board that was able to lower it down. There's just plenty of answers. And I'm just deciding between the Fukuro or the Kumadori. And I do decide to go with Fukuro here. It's unfortunate because I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm bottom decking like quite a bit of blockers here if I don't take it. So I was a little nervous. But I have the opportunity for Isho or a 2K counter. And just looking at the hand, we do choose to take Isho. I will just trash the Kumadori and the Suru. But love that Isho, and I've been lucky enough that I picked up 2 of the alt arts just through some of the boxes I opened up. So adding to my max rarity black decks. Well, I wouldn't say max rarity simply because I unfortunately do not have what is it, 10 drop Kuzan, as well as the new Khalifas and Spandams. But working on it eventually, you know, we'll make some trades and get some cards from, you know, some of the homies. Oh, and Kaku. I forgot about that. Kaku's another one I got to pick up. But I'm a little hesitant on picking up some of the CP9 cards just because I know that CP9 is not going to be run very much in OP04. You know, it's going to be a lot of the Dressrosa cards for Rebecca if I wanted to run black-blue, or simultaneously I could just run Lucci again, but doesn't feel like it's going to do me much justice. Yeah. But we've got a pretty formidable hand, and I think he did pick up, I think it was 5-drop Rush Luffy off the Bonnie search. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that's what I saw while I was on my tangent about those beautiful alternate art cards. He does have 2 Dawn left, and I think he's just trying to decide, should I be playing, you know, some searchers here, blockers, what do we got, you know? And it looks like another Bonnie search. Okay. So getting a little risky since we have, you know, obviously the capability of KOing it, and he does whiff yet again. This was just not his day. Law was struggling here. But yeah, now we can just swing Spandam, KO it, swing Spandam, KO it. So both Bonnies are gone. That's great for us, but just rather sad for my opponent. I honestly just feel bad. Like in this exact moment, I'm just gonna swing 5. We'll rest 5 for Kaku, KO the Nami, and yeah, I'll just bottom deck. I think it was a Fukuro and a Kumadori. And now my opponent is just sitting here looking at the board. This is pretty bad. This is not where you want to be. But he does go Law into one of the Spandams, and I will just take it. I think that it probably would have been in his best interest to just go into Life here, because going into Spandam does just give me that second CP9 card on board, and simultaneously allows me to, you know, potentially, I don't know, use Kaku. I could put down Bluno and I get a little more value out of it, potentially choosing Kumadori or Spandam off that KO. But I will just use brand new for 2, and it's so sick. I was trying to find the Sakazuki, but we do bottom deck another 2 blockers, which is a bit unfortunate. I was trying to find the Sakazuki, so I was super happy about that. The only thing that sucks is that I'm on the odd curve right now. So I do have 7 Dawn. So we have only 5 remaining after playing the brand new. But he does 2k counter out of the 6k swing. And I'll just go ahead and play the, what was it? The Borsalino. And I tell you what, the Basil Hawkins is a threat, but now having the Sakazuki, Basil Hawkins really isn't that much of a threat to me anymore. I'm actually rather fine with it. I don't have any rested characters as well. I didn't choose to attack with Kaku to give his Basil Hawkins value. He's going to have to attack with it no matter what, though, because he knows that next turn Sakazuki comes down and it just gets KO'd. I will take the 7k swing as well, which brings me up in hand size, which I'm okay with. I will just use Khalifa here and just keep bringing up that CP9 trash count. I've been separating them in my trash pile just because it helps me out, and it also simultaneously helps my opponent, which is arguably not a great thing. But at the same time, I just think it's better for all parties if I'm just doing that. And he's going to play Makino, Otama, and Beji just to get bodies on the board and be able to use the shambles. So 2 to bring... what was that? 2 to bring Makino back, uses Restand Law, and he's just going to go 8 with the Basil Hawkins. I think that this would probably just be another life. Yeah, we just take it. Basil does get 2 off of us that turn, but I'm not that upset about it, simply because now with the Restand Law on board, I can swing at the Basil Hawkins with my characters on board and then go for Sakazuki to get rid of the Restand Law. And Basil Hawkins does die pretty quickly here. I mean, I understand that he didn't really want to get rid of a blocker, but yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll just go 6 at life, and he does take, I think, picking up a Vista. Vista isn't super helpful for him here, but we go 5 with Borsellino, and he counters out as well. I'm just going to rest 6, obviously. Play the Sakazuki, KO that. We'll go ahead and trash Isho, just because I don't see him getting up to 6 cards in hand anytime soon, so it doesn't feel like I really need to worry about that all too much. Right now, it's more, we have no rest or no blockers right now because they're rested, and I need to protect life. So saving 2 for Shockwave, as well as you know, protecting against Rush, Zoro, and Luffy that he searched earlier on. He does swing 8 here, and he just gave me too much value. Just way too much value. Yeah, but he realizes, look, I got Rush Luffy, Rush Zoro in hand, Bonnie in the last life. It's just not going to go through. But good games as always, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I can't wait to run some more Lucci this week, as well as potentially a Magellan deck that I've been working with. So we were crafting that up on the stream last night. But I will see you guys in the next one, and take care. Peace.